Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to My Curvy Life. This is your girl, Miss Fonda, coming at you on this lovely evening. Also, bringing you greetings from our co host, Miss Latanya and Lasagna Jones. I can never leave them out. Thank you guys for tuning in on this evening. I do have just an announcement. I want to let you guys know that I am available and waiting for you to get that skincare regimen started. Y'all already know it's fall. It's time to get busy. I am ready. All right, Coach Fonda is on the horizon right now to give you just what you need to hydrate your skin and get that wonderful, nourished, good looking, younger skin. All right. So please reach out to me. I am available. Also, I am still offering the promotion. I am doing the satin hands. Satin hands are normally 38. Right now they are on sale for $32. There is no tax, so I'm not including any tax. So a great buy and a great time to get that your those hands and feet ready for the fall. Jump start, y'all. Start taking care of your skin now so that by the time winter get here, you'll still be all soft and you can continue through the winter months. Satin lips, normally $22. They are on sale $18, y'all. No tax. That is that combination of the scrub, sugar scrub for your lips, which is going to exfoliate them, get all that dead skin off, and then you seal it with our Shea Butter Moistured Lip Balm. All right. That dynamic combo again is only $18. No tax, normally $22. So those specials will be running through the end of the month, So jump on it. You got to give me a call. And because you won't be able to order the sale price online, you have to go through me. So I will be waiting to hear from you guys. I'm going to be promoting this really strong, letting you guys know what you're missing. Um, so with that being said, I am ready for my guest, who I'm very excited to have on the show. We've had him here before. He is coming talking about all things dogs, y'all. He is a dog breeder. He is from Bella Vista. He is from Little Rock, Arkansas, but resides in Bella Vista, Arkansas, guys. And he is going to be coming on tonight. I'm getting ready to let him in right now so that he can greet us. I appreciate all my guests that say yes. Give me just a moment. Well, hello there, Mr. Joe Church.
What's going on? Let me turn my light up.
I can
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I
Can
can hear
you?
you now.
All
Yeah,
right.
how you doing?
I'm in at the window. How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing real good. Y'all, this is Mr. Joe Church, and he is going to talk about all things dogs on today, y'all. Uh, he is a dog breeder. How long have you been breeding dogs, Mr. Joe Church?
Not very long. Since this is 24, almost 25. I think we decided back in 21 when we got our first pup. So about 3 to 4, going on 4 years, I believe, somewhere in there. My math ain't too bad.
Okay. Well, let me be the first to tell you. I'm a little bit afraid of dogs.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah,
a
we
little
know.
bit afraid of, especially if they look mean.
Yeah, yeah.
So, it seems like an exciting career or thing to do. Let me find out a little bit more. Like, okay, so you decided you wanted to start breeding dogs. So, what were some of the steps that you took to get to that point? Like, how many dogs do you have to start breeding? Just two, or how does that
Well,
work?
you definitely got to have a female to do anything. Because I mean, you can start with her, but I got into it because a cousin, you know, her husband was into it. We got a puppy. We talked to him, and he set us up, and then I just started. researching on how to breed the dog. But first thing is I like it. I like the dog. You know what I mean? I love the dog. We enjoyed the dog. By this time, a lot of times we don't have time to enjoy things. But by this time, I wasn't working 40 hours. I was working for myself. So like the small things you can see, like watching a dog all day, seeing behavior, seeing things you like about the dog, you get a different perspective when you got more time on your hands to see. So
Mm.
and so yeah, we decided to start breeding. And we had that one dog we started out with. If anybody ever need to know, I mean, you can definitely start off with a female. You could definitely start off with two females or a male and a female, but I definitely wouldn't start off with no boys because boys don't.
So, so do you? Okay, all right. So when you're starting off with females, so that means that you're breeding with someone else's male.
I was gonna say, yeah, you could do that. You could do that, but you definitely want to have that female since she's a
Gotcha.
producer.
He's the money maker.
Yeah, and then that too, and then you can choose your puppies from off of her. So you ain't got to be going buying people's puppies.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay,
Right.
so you want to have the girl, and okay, and then you find somebody to mate with the girl, or you can have a girl and a boy that can
Yeah,
mate themselves, right?
exactly. But in the process, you want to make sure that they worthy to be mated. You know what I'm saying? I know that sounds crazy.
Oh, what does that mean? Explain.
So like just like humans, we can have defects, we can have traits
Um,
each other don't like uh about something, but in breeding, you want to make the best possible animal. So if it got something that's kind of like, "Ugh, I don't want to pass that to a family to have to be dealing with," because if you made it,
oh,
it's gonna come out. You know, if it's any kind of if a dog is real sickly, those traits pass through the families. And I think we all know that like some of our diabetes and
right.
all that stuff passed
Yeah.
down. The genetic stuff is for real. Yeah.
Wow. So that works kind of the same. That's wow.
Mhm.
I guess that makes sense. So I wanted to ask you, how many different breeds of dogs do you breed? Is it just one breed, or do you have several, or how does that work?
Right now I do too because I wanted to be a little bit more versatile on where I put dogs where I live. Uh, I'm on the border of Missouri and Arkansas. You got a lot of farmland. You got people with homesteads, and they like big, rugged, versatile dogs. So I breed the Connie Corso and the Central Asian Shepherd.
Oh, okay. See, and I knew about the County Corso, but I didn't know about I didn't know the name of the other one. But I do have a video, and I'm gonna shoot this video in here right now of the County Corso, so
Yeah,
y'all can kind of see, the type of dog, one of the type of dogs that he breeds. So here we go.
yeah.
I will protect you. Top 5 reasons to get a Cane Corso. Number 5, they are very protective and loyal to the family and kids. Has a natural tendency to protect the family and your territory where you live. Number 4, they are very easy to take care of. They have a really short coat and all you need to do is wash them once or twice per month. For the most part, their coat takes care of itself. Number 3, they are pretty easy to train. They are eager to learn, very intelligent, and they have a high food drive which makes it easy for a dog trainer to train them to a really high level. Number 2, overall they are a pretty healthy breed with not much inbreeding yet. Number 1, due to their looks, size, and structure, there is no other dog that is more impressive and intimidating than a Cane Corso. Did you know that a Cane Corso
That was a good video. Shit.
I did good.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of wanted them to kind of see, the size of the Cane Corso, and I thought it was Cane Corso. It's Cane
Yeah, it's Connie.
Corso.
Like Connie wants some honey or Connie wants some money. It's not Kanye Corso. It's not Kanye Corso. It's not King Corso. It's not Kane Corso. It's Connie Corso.
Connie
Yeah.
Corso. Yeah, well, there's some pretty big dogs. So I wanted to ask a few, and I wanted to ask a few questions about the actual breeding. I know you have to have like a nursery, different sections. How does that come together?
Well, we use kennels. Some people, depending on the amount of dogs, I don't. Some people say, dogs shouldn't be in kennels, but I think dogs should be secure, especially when you got the amount we do, 7. We don't want them running up the street or digging holes all the time and going up the street and messing with neighbors. They big dogs. People get scared of them. You know what I mean? But you got to exercise them in between. Get them out, let them run, let them walk them, and things like that. Um, but the setup, yeah, I got another building I use if I need to uh, put them in there if it's getting really really cold. Those Central Asian shepherds, they can take a lot of cold, but yeah, and we can nurse them out there. But what we did is made our garage, proofed it up for its weatherproof, and so air. Then I put me a mini split, which is an air conditioner out there, and that way I can control the temperature, and I can have a litter out there, put cameras on them, because we got that building out there that we said was going to be a nursery, but my wife didn't want. She doesn't like the fact that it's so far out. She want to be able to get up
Um,
to the dogs and everything. But yeah, yeah, we got different kennels set up. We got them up off the ground in their own little, their own little deals. Yes, ma'am.
so is it safe to say, because I know, breeding dogs is a business. You make money from that because you sell the puppies, or they pay you to breed, or
Mhm.
connect. So, but is it safe to say that you really do still have to be a dog lover in order to want to get in the business of breeding dogs? Would
Yeah,
you say
because
that was?
yeah, you gotta yeah. If you got those dogs, you better love them. Excuse me.
What
I
happened if you don't? No, I'm just kidding.
mean, because you got to be okay. You got to love them enough to, you know, it might not be time to breed. I mean, right now, money's tight. You know what I mean? It's a lot of competition. People trying to have puppies, and they having them a long time, having really hard times getting rid of them. You know what I mean? And
Ah,
yeah, so me myself, uh, the money is there, and it is a little just a small little boost to my income, but it ain't nothing I rely on. You know what I mean? It,
oh wow.
it ain't
So
nothing I suggest anyone rely on. You got to rely on some dogs to make you a living. Shoot, I think you're kind of selling yourself short.
yeah, because just like anything, it goes and comes, and sometimes they want them, and sometimes they don't.
When you sell
And
when you selling anything, the market fluctuates. You know what I mean?
right, exactly. That's what I. Yeah. So with that being said, I'm sure some of the dogs you keep they're your personal dogs. You know what I mean?
Oh
You,
yeah.
you,
Oh
you
yeah.
sell the puppies, but what about the amount of food that is it an expense on feeding them?
Yeah, that's a ever revolving.
Yeah.
That might be a $3,000 bill for people like me who got 7, 8 dogs per year, if not more. You know what I mean? But I feed my dogs raw food. So
Okay.
yeah,
So is that something you can buy at Walmart, or is that something special that
yeah,
you have to
yeah.
order?
I did different places, but I got a hookup.
Hey, everybody need one, okay? I
Yes,
ain't
yes.
mad at you.
Mhm.
So what's the difference between, I mean, is it better to feed them raw than feed
A
them the
lot.
processed, or
Yeah, basically they say that. But if I got to break down and feed my dog kibble, I will. But raw seems to be a better form. It seems to be proven better for them. But the cleanup is more easier. When you got that kibble, well, that boo boo stinks, and it's a lot.
Mm.
But when they poop that raw out, it's like a white rock and things like that. And when they on that raw, they don't drink a lot of water and different things. But yeah, it don't stink. So it is better for me. It makes it easier for me.
Oh, okay.
Harder to handle, but in the long run, easier for me.
So, when it comes to, I know you have two different types of dogs, and so do you breed both of them, right?
Hmm.
The other one was a what?
Central Asian Shepherd.
Okay,
Yeah.
Central Asian Shepherd.
It's not too
Now,
popular.
I wish I could have remembered, and I would have had a video of them too.
Oh, yeah.
Is, so, is there a big difference between breeding them and the Cane Corso? I mean, or Cane Corso? Is it a difference?
Uh, they different. They weigh different dogs. The Central Asian Shepherd is a little bit taller, way more fluffy, way more fluffier. Uh, Shed like crazy. Uh, Big dog. Different mindset than a Corso. Very strong, very durable. Don't want to come inside. Don't ain't made to be inside. Wants to be outside,
Uh,
wants to be doing something. And it's yeah, it's really unique. Before it's the breeding aspect, nothing much different. Just a lot of weight you handling back there. Big old dogs, you know what I mean?
yeah, but to me, they didn't seem bigger than the Cane Corso. But maybe because the Cane Corso looked meaner to me, I don't know.
Yeah. They're,
But
they're a little taller than them for sure. Yeah.
okay,
Mhm.
wow. So, is it safe to say that you enjoy what you do?
Yeah, I mean, because if you any kind of creator, which I know you got it running in your veins, you have to have it running in your veins. I know you from somewhere. Um,
I'm
uh,
gonna be good.
but but yeah, anytime, of course, you want to see the productions and things like that, and one of the most uh, what's the word I'm looking for? Satisfying thing is watching them puppies go home to their new owners and watching the smile on their face. And another thing I like not hearing much from them. You know what I'm saying? Besides, besides an update, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear about any problems. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
Hmm.
So with selling, breeding and selling, so I'm sure you make sure they have their shots and all those legal paperwork things that you have to do for being able to sell them. Um, so can I ask you for a price range for
Hmm.
each of those?
Yeah, they usually 2,000 to 3,500 on average. For the Corsos, 2,500 to $1,500 for the Central Asian Shepherd is what I see mostly. Yeah, yeah.
So is the Central Asian Shepherd a popular dog? Because
Not
I
yet.
never even heard of it.
No, not yet. It's not really popular. I ship mine over from Serbia, from a lady in Serbia. Excuse me, as puppies. But they not popular. I just took a liking to them from what I saw and what I read on them, and I looked at them for about a year. Then I just did my research on where to buy them and talk to different people and things like that. Then I shipped me two over, which that's a process within itself.
I can imagine so. So which one would you say that you sell the most of?
I've sold the most Corsos. I'm actually going to have my first Central Asian Shepherd litters pretty soon, the next couple months, because they are up to age now. I had to wait till they about 2 years old, make sure everything's good, get them health tested, blase, and then I said, okay, I wanted to make sure they was fully grown. Some people like to breed them too young. I like to wait to 2 years old.
Oh, okay. All
Mhm,
right. So how many litters can because I know there's probably a limit on the litters,
mhm.
but I mean, can we get 5 litters out of them before we have to switch to a
Yeah, before
you
you
know
retire, yeah, we 4 to 5 litters Then after that, we looking to retire them like that, retire them from that. You know what I mean? So yeah. So
And how far apart? How far apart can they have the litters?
they could do twice a year. Yeah.
Oh, twice a year.
Yeah, they come in heats every 6 months. And so yeah, and it just kind of depends on you if you're gonna do it back to back, go and let her breed and get it over with. Some people say, "Oh no, you're supposed to give her a break," but most people that's been in a while say it's better just go on, do it back to back, let her have those babies and let her. You know what I'm saying? You know.
What's the biggest litter that you've seen one have? I mean, I know they can have some big litters.
Oh man, I see somebody had like 17, 18 one time, but I usually range around 8, 9 in my litters of the Corsos.
Let's see, 8 times 3,000. Nah. Give them my calculator at. Nah. No, but I find this interesting. I mean, I don't know if I'll ever have either one of those dogs. Okay, but as I go into my retirement, I do plan on getting a dog. I'm not sure if I will have them size. I do like the Cane Corso. I think that one would probably love me more, but I don't know if I want a really big dog because I'm half scary. But I figured if I got the dog when it was a puppy, I'd be all right.
I'm wondering if you raise one up, how would you feel?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that background. You got it up in there. That's really nice.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, cousin.
You must be an interior designer on the side or something. What you got going on with there?
Cousin like to have a little ambiance of lights, you know what I mean? I like lights. So yeah. And have it kind of, just
Yeah.
So y'all, this is my first cousin. I appreciate him so much. He was one of my first guests that I had when I first started this podcast 2 years ago, and he had a cleaning business, and I think you guys still have that, right?
Oh yeah. That ain't going on.
Yeah, so they got multiple streams going on, so they good over there. But
I don't know about I don't know about I'm doing all those streams for a reason.
Hey, if the dog's eating 3,000 a year, they doing a pretty good job. You got to keep them fed.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because you got to keep that money coming in with breeding and all that.
Right.
Well, cousin, I appreciate you so much for kind of sharing with us about breeding, about dogs. We learned more about the Cane Corso and what's the other one?
Central Asian Shepherd.
Central Asian Shepherd. That's like a tongue twister to me.
Yeah. Say Cass. Yes, Cass. Yeah.
It's kind of like a tongue twister.
But
I'm very.
Before you take me off, I want to tell you, you've been doing a great job with your podcast. I've been watching from a distance, and I have a podcast too, so I'll be kind of picking in on her. I'm like, dang, how she be getting all them guests.
Well, it's funny because sometimes Facebook don't let you see the guests until afterwards when you push the insight button and it'll show you how many people was viewing. That's right. How you do that. You hit that insight button, see insights, and then when you hit that, it'll tell you like actually how many people was in there. But Facebook will say you got 2 people in the audience.
Yeah. What's been your one of your favorite interviews so far?
Oh gosh, I had a few because one was a touching interview. She was a lady that.
I just said, which one was that?
She was a lady that had, I believe it was ovarian cancer, and I would say she was just very touching because she told a story of going into pick out a wig, for when she was had lost her hair. And so she was going to go pick out a wig. And she said she met a lady in there. And, she said this lady was like really exuberant, really, like grabbed her attention. And she said, I got to go over and meet that lady. She said, I just felt the urgency to go over and meet her. And when she got over there to meet her, she said, the lady said, honey, would you mind if I prayed with you? And she said her mom and that lady took hands and said that lady prayed a prayer that was like out of this world. And it was like such a coincidence. She was like, I felt something and I felt that I needed to meet that lady. And that's why, for that prayer.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that was one of my most touching ones. I had fun with Quincy. He has a smoked meats business.
Okay.
He smokes meats. And so I was able to go to the restaurant and he let me, try, and we did a whole little series of videos of me testing the meat, and he talked about it, and it was, I had fun with that one. So, but I've had a lot of them, you know what I'm saying? I enjoy all my guests because the whole point for me is to learn something, for us to learn something that we didn't know, something new. Something to talk about something different. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and the good thing about it is you ain't scared to highlight people. A lot of people want to highlight people, and then they want to like if you look at a lot of shows, they don't last because the people want to outdo the guests.
Right. This is the thing, cousin. This is what I'm gonna say. When you have a purpose, when God gives you a purpose to do something, and there's a song that says, what God has for you is for you. So no matter what anybody else is doing, whatever is for you and it's meant for you and it's your purpose, then you're going to flourish with it. And there's no need to be in a competition because we all have been given something that we're supposed to fulfill and complete our purpose here.
Right. Yeah. And you know it because you feel it inside that that's your opportunity.
Yes.
You don't have to be like, some people be like, well, you don't talk this way. You don't talk right. Everything you say is not articulate, but that ain't what draws people. The realness is what draws people.
You gotta be you. Hey, I gotta be me. I say y'all sometimes. I don't always say the appropriate, whatever. It is what it is. Okay, so that's what it is.
You know what? There's no sense in faking it because people can see it. They can read it through the screen. They can feel it. So it's best to be yourself, even when it's the bad version of yourself. You might. I know on my podcast I be cursing a little bit too much.
Lord help.
If I don't show that, I mean, it is hard to hide yourself on camera.
Be you. Yes.
Yeah.
You gotta be you.
Yeah.
I have had the opportunity. Oh, and I want you to drop your information on how to get to your podcast because they really talk all things dogs. I mean, they be talking about the coat and the hair and all the stuff on the dog.
We be talking crazy over there, boy.
So if there's any extreme dog lovers out there, you're considering starting to breed dogs or anything in that nature, put that information in the comment section and I will tag my cousin in that, and so he can answer your questions. And also maybe you could shoot me your link, cuz so when this show airs, I will go ahead and add your link to your YouTube channel. I believe it is. I believe you have a YouTube channel, right?
Yeah.
And they talk all things dogs. I mean, they talk from everything from what you need to feed them to how you need to breed them and how you need to take care of them and all of that. I mean, they get to the nitty gritty of it. Mm-hmm. So please check him out. I'm going to make sure he gets me that link and I will drop that in the comments. So any of you dog lovers out there, if you want to go check him out, mm-hmm. He actually in the dog world, he knows some big wigs, right?
Yeah. My little journey started out small, but I knew guys that was big enough, real enough, not scared. Because when you get on this camera, you pick up enemies. And one thing I noticed is like when you have guests like we do,
Yeah.
if they got enemies, you pick them up because what are you doing? I like her.
Ah,
we all have enemies if we I mean you might not look at them as that, but we all have haters. But yeah,
I
so
say haters. I
I
say
get
haters.
I get a lot of negative energy as well, but being that I've been doing this so long now, it's actually been some kind of therapy for me because I'm traditionally a very hot headed person, but you know,
He is.
yeah,
I know
for
it's my family.
yeah, I've been doing a lot better. It's been therapy.
Well, I'm a little spoiled there because you already know that.
Yeah,
But this is my deal. I have a big heart, and you know what I'm saying. I'm just really trying to be a positive and be a positive vibe.
hmm
I have a whole entity here with Curve, and there's a bunch of different aspects to it, like feeding the homeless.
hmm
Um, I'm a big advocate of that. Also, senior citizen living facilities during the holiday season. I'm getting ready to do a drive for
yeah.
that. I think a lot about our ancestors, and I had the opportunity. This was I don't know if you got a chance to see it, but I had the opportunity to have an interview with Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. the
I
third.
saw it. I hadn't saw the interview, but I saw it. Yeah,
It was
yeah.
only like 5 minutes, or 2, 3 minutes. But hey,
That's
let
great.
me tell
That's
you
great.
what how that happened, and I'm sharing it with you too, my curvy life, of course, talking. But how that happened was, went to the conference. We had a conference that day, and he spoke. I got a picture with him because he was taking pictures with the audience and different things. So me and a coworker was like, he said, because he was on my show before, and he said, Fonda, wouldn't it be cool if we could get him on the show? On your show? Wouldn't that be cool if we can get him on your show? And I said, that would be awesome. That would be amazing. But I didn't think nothing else of it. I really didn't. So after that conference, I went to the local like chicken place we got here named Time Out. And there was so many people in there, and I wasn't gonna go, but they always pack. So I was like, I might as well go on and get in line, whatever. So I go in there. Soon as I open the door, guess who was standing there?
Yeah,
Dr. Martin Luther King the third.
yeah.
So I went up to him and I just asked him, I was like, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. the third. I said, I need you to, if you would, I said, I have a small podcast, here in Omaha on Facebook. And, I explained it to him. And I said, I would love if you would take a moment and just greet my people, just say hello. And he said, I could do that. He said, how long is it going to take? I said, less than 5 minutes. So I got him my little sister ball up and everything. And we went to town, and he gave us a nice message, that something his father used to say, that a voteless people, if you don't vote, you're a voteless people. You know what I'm saying? He said his father used to say that, so, he talked about, the election and how important it was to vote. And it's true, it is. I mean, his family, look at their loss for fighting for, us to be able to vote and be treated fairly.
But let me ask you something. I'm going to put you on the spot.
Put
But
me on it.
okay, so it is important to vote. But are you a little nervous about this election? And are you mad at the people who questioning more things now?
I'm gonna answer that first question because it is I will say this is probably one of the hardest votes that we're going to be facing right now.
Hey, I don't care. I don't care. Hey, I don't care what people say. They feel so confident about this and that. We are really very uncertain times. You know what I mean?
It is.
Yeah, and you don't.
It
It's like
is.
who to trust. You know what I'm saying?
It
And it's
is. It is true.
crazy.
I mean,
It's
I've agreed. And
yeah,
this is tough for me, but
yeah.
you know what, cousin? I have moved. and I wasn't registered for to where I had moved, and I wasn't going. I had really said I wasn't going to register or vote. I
Yeah.
said that because I was like, this is a mess, But I got to thinking about after I met with Dr. Martin Luther King III, and I started thinking about our ancestors and all the things they went through and how they fought for us, got beat up, killed, some even died by the hand for us. And so it would be, it wouldn't be good for me not to take advantage of having that opportunity.
Yeah, I think
So,
I think you're right too, and I think
yeah.
that people. I mean, images are important. I think people should look more into Martin Luther King, uh, because a lot of time in our media they show us the front end of him, but
Yes.
they don't really they don't really air like his speeches on the back end, and he really was sounding like y'all better give us our rep. We coming for. I see a video. He said we coming for that check, and they really don't highlight him. Look it up after we get done. Where he said,
Wow. Okay.
like, y'all need to give us our money, y'all owe us. And he was talking like that, and they don't really show us that side of him, or they don't show like when he used to go to Georgia and places like that. They said he had a stockpile of guns, and black policemen used to surround that wasn't playing. So sometimes I think sometimes they make it look like our heroes are just real docile and just take a lot of but they not. They just really just trying to do things in a peaceful way. But that's just my thoughts.
It's gonna be. I just feel like this is gonna be probably one of the hardest, votes that America has had to face.
Yeah. But I just, at the end of the day, at the end of the day, I just hope it gets better. And I know it's different. Like you can lose a friend just even talking about stuff like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And,
I
back
just
in the
try
day,
to be, because I just try to respect everybody's, because I've had, some people tell me who they were voting for, and I'm looking like, what? But you know, who am I, to what
at the end
all
of the
you can
day,
do is respect it.
at the
But
end
it's
of the day,
your own personal choice. You don't have to share it because you make your own decision in that realm.
that's the way
Um,
it used to be that way. You didn't ask people who they voted for.
no, you did it. You right.
We don't see my drawers. What are you asking me?
This is true. You didn't ask people who they were voting for,
Right,
and
right.
because people will voice their opinion, or they'll give you that look like.
Mhm. They be like, I'm done with you.
Yeah, he's voting for him. Hey, So yeah, I don't try to get into, and I'm not that big into politics. You know what I'm saying? I respect those who hold office, but I'm not like a politic like fanatic. But I am going to be asking some politicians to come on the show.
Oh,
To
yeah.
kind of talk about it. We will have one on the show here. I'm gonna try to get him booked as soon as possible because we got 1 month before we got to vote.
Right.
But he is running for Senate, and Martin Luther King Jr. III was here to speak on his behalf. And I believe he endorsed him and speak on his behalf for the Senate, for the Nebraska Senate. So, and he said he would love to come on the show. So I'm going to have him on the show. Now he, because he is running, we do know what he represents. He will, be stating in the rim of who he's representing, Democrat. So right. I'm going to expect that that's how that's going to roll, because that's how he's running.
Okay, give me the Bud Crawford interview. I need the Bud Crawford interview.
I want the Bud Crawford interview myself. I got the Bud Crawford picture. Whenever I see him, we always take a picture. But I really would love to have him on the show.
If you get him, let's do it together.
Okay, because if I get him, we can do it together.
Come on now,
yeah, I gotta give me some headphones or whatever and all that like y'all got so I can look You know,
No,
I actually want that one that you could just clip on your clothes
yeah, really,
or
I didn't
whatever.
go to a Bluetooth, but I paid so much money for these, I just wear them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can
Yeah,
imagine so.
right.
Well, this is my cousin, y'all. So, it's okay if we drifted off a little bit,
That's all
but
right.
because, this is family.
Right.
So,
Right.
family, what I want you to know, it doesn't allow me to do that. Like, not really. And that's okay. I think this was good. I liked it. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm good with it. But I want you to tell them how they can reach you or find you. If they're interested in kind of following you for and purchasing. Do you travel to, I believe you do, but do you travel to drop the dogs off or anything of that nature?
Well, the first thing you have to do is go to my website and fill out a puppy application on NWACaneCorsos.com. That is how y'all say it. But it's NWAConnieCorsos.com. NWAConnieCorsos.com. Fill out a puppy application and we'll talk from there. And yeah, I will deliver in a certain radius, but there are people who will drop your dog off services and things like that. And yeah, you can find me anywhere online. Please please look at the podcast because like we veered off here, we veered off over there too. And it'd be fun. It'd be funny. And just
It's okay.
you wouldn't think about just talking about dogs would trigger people so badly in negative and positive ways. But yeah, and I don't think I got anything else. Yeah.
I've watched you guys on there on the podcast, and I first of all, I, I don't know anything about dogs in that sense, so I'm sitting there like, what? Y'all be talking about the coats and how to keep the coats clean and all kind of stuff. I mean, it's really interesting, especially for those that are dog lovers. I think your podcast, I like it. It's like all things dogs.
Yeah, it's a
You
little
know.
rough. It's a little rough, but you can get through it.
Oh.
I appreciate you having me, cuz.
Cuz I love you. Thank you so much. Thank you for the encouragement. And what's the name you call me?
When?
What's the name you call me with this podcast?
Oh, baby Oprah. Yeah, baby Oprah. Y'all support baby Oprah, y'all. We're gonna get her to the top. And
That tickled me.
Yeah, y'all hit that like button and share this. You know what I'm saying? So we trying to go to the top together. Me and her.
We do. And we
Yeah,
bringing folks with us too. We ain't leaving you behind. Trust. I ain't gonna leave you behind.
we both
So
highlight.
thank you guys. Thank you, My Curvy Life, for joining in. If you have any questions, feel free in the comment section. Put those questions and I'll make sure my cousin get them and he can answer them for you. Thank you all for being a support. And we're gonna say good night tonight, y'all. Thank you, cousin.